It has been confirmed in Act 2 of the Riders of Midas story, E2 Brutus, that Midas' right-hand man, the second in command of Shadow, Brutus, is not the traitor. Which is very relieving, and all of us are glad that he's not the traitor, because all of us suspected he is ever since Midas was coming back. But it was confirmed in episode 2, which you guys can go check out, that when I confronted Brutus by investigating, it turns out after scanning the marigold with the scanning device, it turns out the bugs that were found belonged to Hope, because she just forgot to grab them back ever since the society crumbled, because, well, Midas' yacht was a society base, so we can give her the benefit of the doubt for mishandling her devices. Just for once. And it's very glad that thanks to other by confronted mercenaries, that Bruce is still loyal to Midas. I mean, all of us need to know if he was still loyal to his boss. And he still is. So it turns out he just can't handle being in charge with people with big personalities, which you gotta have to feel bad for the guy for. I mean, it's a lot of stress, and we can give him the benefit of the doubt for that. But now there's one question all of us need to know. If Brutus is not the traitor, then who is? And that is a big head scratcher, because all of us assume that Brutus is the traitor, considering that Jules, one of Midas' daughters, accused him of being a traitor, which we learned that he's not. And the traitor has to be someone that Midas really was close to. Of course, it is Brutus and members of his colleagues, Meowsils and Tiantina, and Brutus' mercenaries. But there are two people who are being suspicious throughout the entirety of Midas' story when he returned. And those two people are his own daughters, Marigold and Jules. And I know all of you are going to ask, how can I be suspected of Midas' own daughters? Well, Exhibit A, Jules. She quickly accused Brutus of betraying her father ever since she was hearing whispers that he was coming back. Convinced us that Brutus was the so-called traitor that betrayed Midas. And there's Exhibit B, Marigold. She was quickly intrigued of the chains of Hades since they could suppress Midas' power, the Golden Touch ability. Which is really, really odd. But I'm going to rule Marigold out of the suspect list, because even though she was intrigued of the shackles that her father was in, she was only wanting to see like how they work, like test them out or something. So we can rule Marigold out of the suspect list. So the only person that Midas will trust is his own second daughter, Jules. Because, again, she quickly accused Brutus of betraying her father. And there's a story of Act 3 of Rise of Midas that says Jules versus the Golden Touch, which heavily implies, and this is just a theory, that Jules betrayed her own father and decided to blame and accuse Brutus of betraying him, leaving us to now question Brutus' loyalty to Midas. I mean, she even convinced her father that Brutus could be the traitor, which Midas fell for, and so did we. But thanks to our meddling and investigating about Brutus, we found out that apparently he's not the traitor because she forgot about loyalty. And there's one thing we don't understand. Why did Jules betray her father? Well, with her story coming very soon, I guess all of us will have to wait until we get answers of why she betrayed her father and why did she, well, gave him to Hades and Zeus. I mean, I know Midas has the Golden Touch ability, but possibly she was like tired of her father being in charge. I mean, that'll be messed up that Jules would just suddenly betray her father like that. I mean, the other person I suspected was Dr. Sloan, but after having so much exhibits upon who could be the traitor, I don't think it's Dr. Sloan because we haven't seen her for a while, and it is wild that if Jules is the traitor, then it's really messed up that she just betrayed her father and just blamed his right hand man ever since he took charge. Maybe she was jealous of Brutus because he just took charge and she wanted to be in charge of her father's like organization, and she decided, oh, I'm gonna blame my father's right hand man because I'm so jealous of him. If she was jealous of Brutus and wanted to take his job, it's highly possible that maybe she wanted the job of being like in charge of Shadow when her father just suddenly disappeared. But now knowing her father escaped by using his gun because of an underworld guard unshackled one of his hands, Midas is now free at last. And now he's going to he's going to take control of Shadow again, and maybe we could suspect that Jules has some, well, responsibilities for this. And thanks to Jules, Midas can not only get revenge on the gods, but everyone else on the island, for I guess not trying to find him, or not knowing where he was. I mean, we didn't know where he was because he disappeared for 4 years. And all of us did not know where he was since, well, again, he was missing for 4 years. I mean, it explains the floor is lava situation, which, again, I recommend you don't do it well during the Rise of Midas story because you just instantly die in the hot, molten gold of lava. Take my advice when you do this story. Do not use Rise of Midas floor as lava. You would just instantly die. So, my high conclusion theory is that Jules betrayed her father in order to take charge of Shadow. But since, like, Brutus was loyal to her father, she decided to hatch a plan by convincing us and the other members of Shadow and her own father that Brutus is a traitor. But she forgot that Tina and Meowscles, two of her father's colleagues, did not suspect one of their own. And so the mercenaries. Midas was the only person who was suspected of this, and so were we. And after confronting Brutus, we now know. And now the next story, we're probably going to get answers from Jules of why she lied and why she betrayed her father. Because she wanted to take charge of Shadow when he disappeared for 4 years. I mean, her sister is also involved, so that's a plus. I mean, even though Marigold was not interested in taking over Shadow, she's not really the traitor once we know of it. I mean, she was not even the traitor since day 1 of this chapter. Anyways, that's it. That's all you guys need to know. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Comment down below what your favorite things about Fortnite, creativity, buying players, what you guys do. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss any videos from me. And when Jules versus the Golden Touch story comes, we're finally going to get answers from Jules why she lied about Brutus being the traitor, and why did she decide to give her father up to the gods. With all that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!